Hey there, and welcome. We're going to talk about transforming our mornings, looking at how to shift that start of the day feeling from, a source of stress into a real foundation for a calm, confident day.
So let's just dive right in with a really honest question. Think about it. Before your feet even hit the floor, what's that very first thought, that first feeling that bubbles up? Is it peace or is it pressure?
Yeah, for way too many of us, this is the one. It's this immediate shot of panic, that feeling that you're already losing a race you didn't even know you'd started. That is such a heavy way to begin the day.
And that's exactly what it feels like, right? It's like you're carrying this invisible backpack that's just full of oh no. Your mind starts racing, the to-do list floods in, and bam, you're shouldering all this weight. And that chaotic energy, it can easily set the tone for the entire day.
But what if it could be different? This is the shift we're aiming for. It's about moving away from that reactive state of a racing mind and panic and stress and stepping into a proactive state of peace, clarity, and genuine calm.
So let's get into the why behind all this. Why did those first few moments of the day matter so much? It's not just about feeling nice, it's about strategically setting yourself up for well-being by using something we'll call soft power.
And here's the crucial point. This isn't about trying to be hyper-productive before you've even had coffee. It's about building a protective buffer. It's like creating this quiet, personal space to shield yourself from all the stress the day is going to throw at you anyway.
Really, the ultimate goal is to feel grounded. And what does that even mean? Well, think of it this way. When you're grounded, your emotions feel stable, kind of like they're wearing a good, solid pair of shoes. You're just less likely to get knocked off balance.
And that is where this idea of soft power comes in. Instead of wrestling with your anxious thoughts or trying to force yourself to be positive, you just gently guide your mind toward a calmer state. It's a subtle difference, but it is absolutely profound.
Okay, so this all sounds good, right? But what does it actually look like in practice? Let's walk through 7 super simple, totally actionable steps. They might seem tiny, but trust me, together they are a game changer.
Okay, here are the first 4 steps, and you'll see just how small and doable these are. First, you just choose one intentional thought. Don't let your worries choose for you. Then, a single mindful breath, just one, to tell your nervous system it's safe. Follow that with just a sip of water to wake up your body, and finally, find a little bit of sunlight for a few minutes. And then we have the final 3 steps. Start with a gentle stretch. Seriously, think more like a cat waking up from a nap, not some intense workout. Then, give yourself 5 protected minutes of quiet focus on something that matters to you. And to finish, find one, just one, small, real thing you're grateful for right now.
Now, I know what you might be thinking. These steps seem almost too simple, right? Well, there's some real solid science behind why these tiny little habits have such a big impact on your brain and your body. It all starts with something you've probably heard of, your circadian rhythm. Remember that morning sunlight we talked about? It is a powerful signal to your body's internal clock. It basically tells it, hey, time to wake up, which directly improves your mood and your clarity for the rest of the day.
And get this, it doesn't take much at all. We're not talking about sunbathing for an hour. Just 2 to 5 minutes of natural light is actually enough to kickstart the release of serotonin. That's often called the happiness chemical. It's an incredibly efficient mood booster.
And what about those 5 minutes of focus, whether it's reading or journaling? Well, that's an example of something called cognitive priming. You are literally training your brain. You're teaching it, hey, we start the day with purpose, not with distraction. And over time, that becomes your brain's new default. And that last step, finding one thing to be grateful for, it has an amazing chemical effect. It's not just a nice thought. It actually triggers the release of both serotonin for calm and dopamine for motivation. This simple practice literally builds your mental resilience, making you stronger for the day ahead.
Okay, so let's bring this all home. How does this come together in the real world? Because the key to making this work, it isn't about being perfect. The goal is something so much more attainable.
The real goal is just consistency. It's about showing up for yourself, even in the smallest possible way. Some days, all you might manage is one conscious breath or one sip of water before the chaos starts. And you know what? That is perfectly fine. That is enough.
Honestly, if you take just one thing away from all of this, let it be this right here. This whole approach is built on being kind to yourself. You're gently guiding your mind into a better place, not fighting it or forcing it. It's a practice of soft power. So,
As we wrap up, here's the final thought, and it's for you. This is not an all-or-nothing challenge. It's just an invitation. Looking at these 7 simple steps, which single one, just one, feels the most doable for you to try tomorrow morning. Because starting with just one, that is how the journey from chaos to calm really begins.